Hi, this is Calico, an early phase software design environment. In order to begin using Calico, you can run your stroke or run your finger across the digital whiteboard. You can use different colors, for example, selecting blue. We can change the thicknesses. We can erase the content that we've drawn. We can also undo and redo our actions. So at its base, Calico can be used as one would a normal whiteboard. However, if we'd like to go beyond simply writing and erasing, we can use scraps. In order to use scraps, we can circle content we've created, and there's a little landing zone right where I started my stroke. It might be hard to see in the video. When we release the pen, it now selects that area, and by pressing the pen icon in the far left-hand corner, we can make this scrap permanent. We can now move this scrap around as a single unit. We can resize it, rotate it, create copies of it. We can also relate this using connectors by drawing a stroke from one scrap to the next that selects the scrap, and then we can select the connector icon. And now, when I move the scrap around, the connector moves along with it. Also, scraps function or act like little pieces of paper. And so now I'm going to create a larger scrap, and I'm going to stack this scrap on the other. And now when I stack it on top, they become implicitly grouped. So now when I move it, they now move together. And also, when I resize it and rotate it, it all operates as if it were a single unit. If I want to reuse scraps, such as road, I can add it to the palette, which I can do by clicking the palette icon in the bottom right-hand corner. This opens the palette bar. Now I can select scrap and select the palette icon right above it. This adds it to the palette. And now from here, I can drag it out to the canvas. I can simply reuse it as many times as I need. And now I can move it as a single unit together or delete it altogether. When I run out of space or when I move on to another canvas, I can use the intentional interface feature. To go there or to use the intentional interface, I select the breadcrumb bar. Inside the breadcrumb bar, unnamed cluster, tap that twice, which brings me out to the intentional interface perspective. From here, if I zoom out again, we have many different clusters. This is useful for managing different projects. But within this cluster, I can create a new canvas by pressing the plus icon. However, maybe I don't want a new canvas, but I want to continue what I was doing previously. To do that, I can create a copy of what I've had. So I press copy, and now the intentional interface panel appears, and I can declare my intent now, saying my intent is an alternative. So that marks this canvas as an alternative, and now when I go out to the intentional interface perspective, this is now linked, showing that it's an alternative. I can continue this action, so create another canvas, and this time my intention is to explore a new perspective. And from the intentional interface perspective, the links continue. A Calico is a multi-user application with a client-server architecture, so other members can connect to my same canvas and work synchronously. And while working synchronously together, we may want to explain our sketches to one another. So for that, we have the fading highlighter. That button is available right here. And when I use a fading highlighter, it'll simply fade away in a couple seconds. And this feature is useful, for example, when explaining the flow of data between my architecture or conducting other mental simulations. It doesn't leave any strokes behind, allowing me to mark it up as much as I need. So in review, there are scraps, which help me representing the types of diagrams we'll see in software design, such as boxes and arrows. You have the palette to help me save my scraps and later reuse them. Intentional interfaces for managing my different canvases and partitioning my content. And also the fading highlighter, which is helpful for explaining sketches and mentally simulating. Thank you.